Alright guys, and we are back here on All About Dota. I am Legion170 and you are watching or about to watch Game 2 in this RD2L Season 4
Reserve
Week 1
time.
matchup as a part of EST Saturday. Man, that's a mouthful. Between Team Clean and Juggernauts. If you were watching in the game 1, Team Clean was able
Radiant's
to
pick.
pick up the victory thanks to very farmed Tiny and a very farmed Outworld Devourer. As we flip here into the draft, we will see that a lot of the bans in this first stage are much the same. The one person that we did not see get banned this time that was banned last time is the Ancient Apparition, and he's the first pickup for Juggernauts. Juggernauts instead electing to go with the Mirana. So definitely
Radiant's
aware
pick.
that they were going to pick him out. They were able to do so with that first pick, and the Disruptor and Nyx Assassin are actually picked up
Dyer's
here
pick.
by Team Clean. So two very good aggressive support heroes. Nyx can also play in that off lane role. I don't know entirely how often that you see that anymore. I've been a little lackadaisical in my watching of professional Dota as of late, but definitely a hero that can do both. I like him as a support. I like him as an offlaner. He can do a little bit of everything. Heck, he can even mid for once in a
10
while.
seconds to
But
go.
Disruptor, great hero with that glimpse. That pullback is
5
just so amazing for
seconds.
team fights. People underestimate that at times, I
Reserve
think.
time.
Also, people underestimate how hard it is to get really good glimpses. It's one thing to just point and click that thing, but there are players out there, and I have played with a couple of them that they're just phenomenal about timing that thing and timing it with the fence and everything else. Just a hero that if you can time everything correctly, he can add so much to your team. And Clockwork actually coming out
Dyer's
here
banned.
for Juggernauts. So looking for a global presence here. They're picking up the Ancient Apparition and the Clockwork, both of which are phenomenal heroes for lending themselves to that kind of global strategy. Interesting to
10
see what else they're going to try
seconds
to
to
pick
go.
up or ban out as a part of that global strategy. The Nature's
5
Prophet and the Storm Spirit are
seconds.
two heroes that definitely leap to mind. The Centaur also leaps to mind as heroes that can help with that global presence. So it's all about
Reserve
what they want to
time.
do and how they want to approach this. Do they want to go all out, uh, full global presence Dota, or do they want to try to mix in a little bit of something else? Taking their time here, a lot of time with this ban.
Radiant team ban.
And they actually decided to pick up the Lifestealer as the ban, or ban out the Lifestealer. So not wanting Nyx Assassin to have some Nyx bombs with him a little bit, or a lot of it, depending on if
10
they were going to pick him.
seconds
But
to go.
not wanting to have to encounter that, so a good choice. Weaver ban out. Weaver
Dire
is also
team
always
ban.
always a good ban in my estimation. He is one of those heroes that can just cause so much havoc in all kinds of situations. I mean, he can cause havoc if he's going 1v3 in the off lane. He can cause havoc in team fights. He can just cause havoc anywhere. He can
10
do a little bit of
seconds
split
to
pushing.
go.
It's just Weaver is one of those annoying heroes that you just don't want to
5
deal with sometimes,
seconds.
and a good ban coming out for him. Again, Juggernaut's taking
Reserve
their good old time here with these bands, really talking out what they think Team Clean wants to do, and really neither team. I mean, maybe Juggernauts is probably given away a little bit with their global pickups here, but really Team Clean has not given away anything with their picks. It's two heroes that one's going to be a hard support, the other one could go support, could go off lane. Really not giving much away of what they're trying to do here. And the Doom is actually picked
Radiant's ban.
as the ban here.
Radiant's pick.
The Naga banned out now as well, so not wanting to. They're not wanting that Juggernaut's team to get into the Naga. Although it does look like
Dyer's pick.
Kubra has swapped out, and instead Trektus will be playing for Juggernauts and captaining for Juggernauts. So Wraith King picked up once again from Team Clean, but again, not really giving a whole lot away here. They play him as a support. Centaur picked up here,
Radiant's
so
pick.
definitely going global strategy here for Juggernauts. So a Nature's Prophet definitely in the mix here. If Team Clean wants to deny that. They could try to pick it up if they wanted to. As I look at things, Sasquatch does play the Nature's Prophet. He's got 37 games on him. Not the greatest win percentage, but you can't always consider those things. But Major Tom also plays the Nature's Prophet in that off
10
lane. He's got 25
seconds
games
to
on him as
go.
well. So if they wanted to try to steal that away here,
5
really this
seconds.
Wraith King can do anything at this point in time. It would not leave them in a great position for mid, but they could send Nyx
Reserve
Assassin
time.
towards mid. Yesterday we cast a game where their Nature's Prophet went mid, so they could do that as well. And they're going to kind of talk out these scenarios on top of it as well. Juggernaut here, the Nature's definitely got to be on the board, I would think. You could potentially see a Juggernaut as it's in their name, and also Trek 2 has 190 games with a 63% win rate on the Juggernaut, so that's something that you could potentially look out for. I don't feel that he would fit in super well with their global strategy though, but Storm Spirit definitely would, and there are 103 games for Shinana on Storm Spirit, and Juggernaut is actually the pickup here, so Trek 2's going with what he knows. Like I said, 190 games, and 63% of those are victories when he's playing that Juggernaut. Viper picked up, like I said last game, the Viper is one of those heroes that you can never really go wrong with the Viper, especially if you're going to place him in that mid lane. He is just a pest to deal with. And actually, I don't recall seeing any kind of nerfs towards him, so he might consider, he might continue to be a pest in the game after the patch next week. So this time, Team Clean taking their sweet time here with this last ban. They want to get this right. I think Storm Spirit is going to be a smart ban out here. Like I said, Shinana has played him 103 times. He's got a 54% win rate on him, and it's just a hero that you probably don't want to see in this game. Alternatively, you could go Invoker would be probably he's already been banned out, which is a smart ban. And the Vengeful Spirit is actually banned out, so electing to not ban a mid at all and just daring Juggernauts to kind of pick whatever they want to. Unless maybe this is going to be a core Viper and they want to steal Storm out from under their noses. I mean, that would be possible. Farkinator plays Storm Spirit and has 129 games on him, so could happen.
5 seconds.
Interesting to see, though, as we come around here.
Reserve time.
The Luna is actually banned out by Juggernauts, so
Radiance pick.
not wanting to deal with that carry potential, and I can't say that I blame them. Luna is getting a slight nerf into the next patch, but she's still going to be a very difficult hero to deal with, I feel. So last pick's coming up here, and I thought maybe that they would have something ready to pick right away, but maybe they're just kind of trolling with their time, trying to play little head games here.
Reserve time.
Or maybe they just really don't know. No, it's possible. An outside pickup could be the Brewmaster. Brewmaster is played quite a bit by Sasquatch. He's got 35 games, but no, they're going to pick up a Venomancer instead. So this game, it does appear that the Wraith King will be, in fact, a core hero. Unlike the last game when they played him as a support, and unlike the scrimmage game earlier tonight when he was also played as a support. So interesting pickup here, an interesting team selection on the part of Team Clean. Definitely, again, kind of looking to go more of a team fight lineup with the potential to be very aggressive with the Nyx Assassin ultimate, with the Viper there, the Venomancer slows. I mean, they have a lot of aggressive potential in this lineup. Juggernauts does as well, but with that global presence. But I don't know how the team fight would stack out. It's just going to depend a lot on the Clockwork initiation. If Clockwork's able to get good initiation on these fights, then Juggernaut's going to be able to do some stuff. And the Silencer is actually the pickup here. So Shinana is going to be placed on the Silencer here. So an interesting pickup here. Definitely going into that global strategy. They don't really have... I mean, they've got the Ancient Apparition, and he's going to basically be six-man here, I think. He's going to be the hard support and forced to basically buy up everything here. kind of an interesting selection on the part of Trek 2. So we'll see how it works out here. Um, like I said, I still think these fights are really going to depend on that Clockwork. If Clockwork can get good initiations on team fights, then I think Juggernauts has the potential to come away with those team fights. But if they get initiated on by Major
10
Tom
seconds to go.
or by Elihu, then there's going to be some
5
problems for
seconds.
Juggernauts. We wait for our last hero to last player to pick up his hero. So we'll start this time over on the Radiant as Sasquatch is going to be up on the Wraith King, so definitely the core hero here.
This should
Farkinator
be
up on the
interesting.
Venomancer, Major Tom on the Nyx Assassin, Redondo on the Disruptor with his sweet eye patch, and Elihu on the Mid Viper. Smoke's picked up by both teams. Does look like 4 heroes for the Radiant are going to head towards that forest to smoke up. Chikabo here up on the top lane as the Centaur. Remorse up on the Ancient Apparition. Trectus on the Juggernaut. Jay on the Clockwork. And Shanana on the Silencer, who will be heading towards that mid lane. And actually, Remorse going to head with Trectus down towards bottom. They're pinging for Chikabo to join them, and unlike last game where neither team was very
Battle
aggressive
will
in their
commence
movements
in
pre-game,
30
looks
seconds.
like both are going to be a little bit more aggressive. Preemptive ward thrown out by Farkinator, so maybe not as aggressive as I originally thought. They had 4 heroes down towards this tier 3 tower on the Radiant side, so I thought maybe they were going to try to do something, but now I'm not so convinced. But it looks to be an aggressive tri-lane down here on the part of
Battle
Team
begins.
Juggernauts. Farkinator just kind of waiting, hoping that he can see somebody throw down a ward there so they can immediately de-ward it with the sentry up on Redondo. So it's going to be Jay head-to-head with the Nyx Assassin, which is actually a good matchup for Jay, I think. I think he'd much rather be up against these guys than up against the range power of this support duo. Go ahead and throw up our CS board here, and so far it looks to be Radiant on top, but we're so far in the beginning that doesn't really mean a whole lot as of right now. Both teams kind of posturing their supports as much as they can, trying to allow their carries to get something. Chikabo runs in, fakes the stomp, then runs back out again. Good job of creating space there for Trectus.
Invisibility!
The one thing that Dire are going to have to be careful with this tri-lane is making sure that they're not able to get these pulls to where they can keep the lane by their tower. If they're able to keep this lane, in this vicinity right here that's relatively protected, then Wraith King's going to have a feeding frenzy, and currently he is. He's 7-0 right now. Up top, Jay throws out the cogs and the battery assault, but really kind of getting unlucky with the battery assault. Didn't really hit Major Tom a whole lot. Some good damage to himself, but that's about it. Ward thrown out there, and I think it sees the Centaur Warwarner, but he's not doing anything to it. Chikabo's going to run in here. They're trying to get Sasquatch, but no, Chikabo's going to get stunned up instead. He's going to get glimpsed backwards. The fence comes up. Maybe a little bit of a questionable decision there to throw all those abilities into that. I'm not really sure what they were expecting to get with that level 1 glimpse and fence, but all the same, Centaur's able to walk away from it. Cogs thrown out again by Jay, but don't seem to connect with Major Tom, so no harm, no foul.
Oh no.
All in all, a pretty passive pregame. or early game, laning stage, whatever you want to call it. Elihu's doing some good work here again, the mid lane, 14-4. But Silencer having a better time than the Bloodseeker was having, 9-2 on Shinana. So, not bad. And they're going to be aggressive here, and they're going to go in on this Ancient Apparition. Stun comes out, the fence comes up now. The spin comes out, and it's doing a lot of damage to the heroes here. But, oh, not going to be able to pull up First Blood. Unfortunately, Farkinator's allies kind of ran in the wrong direction there to help him out and to get that First Blood. They had the opportunity to do it, and now Redondo, he's trapped completely here, and Juggernaut picks up a kill there. So 2-1 in favor of Juggernaut, so the early game advantage goes to them. But again, game one was kind of the same way, where their supports outplayed the other team a little bit there and gave them that early lead, but they just could not hold on to it. This game, I feel there's a little miscommunication with that, is everybody got so scared of Trektus and his spin that they all just kind of overlooked the fact that Ancient Apparition had no health. Remorse was sitting there with like 1 attack left remaining in his HP, and 2 Sasquatch and Redondo both kind of ran away, and Farkinator was left high and dry a little bit there. So unfortunate for him that they do still pick up the kill, but not until after they give up First Blood. And Jay well on his way to a drum here. And what is Chikobo doing? Do they even know he's there? I don't think they did. He just walks right out. He pings a little bit. He says, hey, come and get these guys. And the cold feet on Sasquatch, they're going to pick him off. So unfortunate that the Radiant did not know that he was just hiding right back down in here. And they walked into the shop. They just, nope, couldn't see him, and that cost him a death up on the Wraith King. So that's big news for Team Juggernauts. And actually, Chikobo's going to try to eat his way around here, so playing a little cheeky here. But yeah, come get Trektus. Come get Remorse. I dare you. Let's go. Come on. Meanwhile, up top, Jay kind of getting pushed into his tower a little bit. He does finally eat his way out of those trees, but nothing new in there. Things come out from Farkinator, warning his teammates that they've kind of wrapped around there, but not going to be able to do anything. The aggressive nature of this tri-lane is just really paying off for Juggernauts, and I feel that if they would have been this aggressive in the last game, that they could have gone a different way than it did. And I did see comments coming out from both the chat room and from my own personal messages that kind of agreed with that sentiment, that they were not aggressive enough. And here they go. They're going to go on Sasquatch again, but Redondo's going to catch all 3 into his fence. Ward, some harass damage comes out on Chikobo, and actually now they're going to turn on him now. The stun comes out from the Wraith King. Blast coming out. What is Sasquatch doing? He's just kind of running in circles there. Got caught between all kinds of things going on there. Opportunity for a kill for him, which would have been really nice for him to have, but instead... Oh, but the glimpse comes back here, and Remorse back into the Wraith Blast. He's stuck in the fence and going to die this time to the Wraith King. So, well done. That's what I was talking about with that Disruptor. If you could time that well enough, that ability is going to get you so much gold, so much experience. It's going to get you kills, all kinds of kills, and just like that, things are evened up, 3-3, 7 minutes in. The CS board actually looks pretty tight, all in all. The supports for the Radiant are getting almost nothing, and Centaur's gotten a couple last hits. Probably most likely to him using his double edge to kill heroes and or his return. But all in all, I mean, the carries have farm, the mids have farm, the off lanes have a pretty decent amount of farm. It's just those 4 support heroes that don't. Farkinator going to throw some harass damage up on Remorse. He's got 2 heroes behind him, but Centaur's coming out this way as well, so I don't know how well they're communicating this. Okay, Centaur's backing off now. But now here comes the pings. Sasquatch sees him coming. Trektus is on his way. He's going to throw out his spin here. Sasquatch had the opportunity there to put out that Wraith Fire Blast, but not able to do that. And the Stomp comes from Chikobo. He pings up on Sasquatch. He wants to kill this Wraith King. Juggernaut wants to kill the Venomancer, and he's going to do that. But the Viper is here now, and he's going to, just through the trees here, he's going to clean up Chikobo. Well done by Allahu. He's going to throw out some hits now on the Juggernaut as well. Sasquatch is going to have to run away a little bit, and he does get just out of range there, and they're able to pick off Shanana as well now. So a triple kill from Allahu. Very, very well done. And oh my goodness, they are not done yet. Here's Remorse. He is stuck in here. What is he doing? He eases his way into the trees, but they know he's there still. He's completely 100% stuck, and here comes a kill for the... Oh, no, he's going to be picked up by the Venomancer instead. So the opportunity for another kill there onto that Viper, but picked up by the Venomancer instead.
Tower is under siege.
7-6 now. All kinds of blood being spilt in this game. Much more aggressive than the last game, which was very, very passive throughout most of it. There were moments where Team Clean was aggressive, and I think those moments were the reason that they won the game in the end. But overall, it was fairly passive for as long as it went, as this game is turning out to be a lot more aggressive from both teams. That Viper just raising hell on Shanana. I mean, he's just so hard to deal with all the things you have to do. I mean, you have to deal with his nether toxin, you have to deal with his poison attack, and you have to deal with that corrosive skin. There's just so much damage coming out of him, and so much tank ability, really, especially with that mechanism, which is coming relatively soon. Sasquatch being a little crazy here, and actually the hook from Jay goes through Sasquatch, hits Redondo. Redondo glimpses the clockwork away, but he's still going to fall here. Sasquatch running for his life. He does have his ultimate up. A very, very excellent hook there coming out from Jay. Able to hook his way through the team. Just perfectly bad timing there for Sasquatch to run through that. 4 heroes bottom here for the Dire. They're going to be able to take this tower if they want to. All that's left is a very low HP Wraith King and a support.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. So there's that.
But actually, Remorse is going to back up a little bit, and so is Trectus, and so is Chikobo, and Jay's kind of teleported his way up towards the top lane. Meanwhile, the next assassin is going to TP towards the bottom lane. He's level 9, so he has an ultimate if he wants to try to be aggressive here and go in on this. Pings come out from Farkinator, trying to show people where they're at, and Trectus is actually going to use that carved up path to grab nothing. He grabbed the TP and then sold it, but he's going to get glimpsed back into the forest. Pings come out. He spins, but the fence is in the way. Sasquatch now gets stunned up. He's going to fall. He's going to come back, but the Redondo is already dead. Chikobo is stuck in that ultimate. Remorse is going to fall. Major Tom now turns on Chikobo, hits 2 with the Impale. 2 people are down now for Juggernauts, and a third is going to follow. Yeah, Trectus is dead. So a 3-for-1 trade. Redondo has got to be ecstatic for that. And actually, they're going to get another one here too as well. Shanana is in a lot of trouble here. He gets stunned up. He gets poison attacked, and yeah, there he goes. Goodbye, Shanana. Well, 4-for-1 trade there for Team Clean as they're able to kind of turn the tide of this early game. 11-8 now in favor of the Radiant. And as we pull up the net worth chart, we can kind of see that that's reflected. The Wraith King had a rough go of it at first, but now he's up to 2,400 gold. Interesting to see what he's going to go. Usually, at this point, you would probably see the armlet coming up. That would be my guess as to what he's going to go here. After that armlet, I like to see the Mjolnir. I think the Mjolnir especially on Wraith King is kind of an underrated item. It gives you a lot of damage, not only through its inherent orb effect, but also through the activatable ability that you're able to put on yourself. If people are going to try to focus you down, that's going to do a lot of return damage to them. So I really feel that is a great item for the Wraith King, especially adding to his attack. It's going to add to his attack damage. It's going to add to his attack speed. Just very good all the way around. Major Tom actually looking for something. He's invised up, but he knows that everybody's around here. There's no opportunity for him to get a kill. And the hookshot barely misses Wahoo. Barely misses. That was very close. He actually elects to go a Blink Dagger instead. So, going to continue this theme of aggression early on here and go for
Dyer's
that
top
Blink
tower
to
is being attacked.
give his team a little added initiation, which is really not something that they're lacking, to be honest. But it's never a bad idea to have some blinks. 4 heroes up the mid here for Juggernauts. They're going to try and kill this tower, but that damage coming out from Chilling Touch does not affect the tower. So all basically Remorse did there, he
Dyer's
slowed their
top
attacks
tower
and
is
made
under
it so
attack.
that they were able to get less
hope
damage
that's
on that
part of
tower
your
than they normally
plan.
could have. And Trectus is actually glimpsed back. No, he's able to spin halfway through that. How does that work? That is ridiculous. As if Juggernaut's spin was not crazy enough. And Nyx actually falls because of that. That was bizarre. I cannot believe that he was able to do that. He just Blade Furies
Radiant's bottom
before
tower
he's
is under
thrown into that
siege.
ult. So, maybe the glimpse was short, but I don't think it was. Either way, that is something else. Chilling Touch comes out again. They really want to push this tower. There are creeps around here, so that Chilling Touch would work on them, but instead it's slowing their attack for that tower again. There are 4 heroes here. Pinks come out for Farkinator. They saw him. He pumps the hook once, he pumps it twice. Here comes the Ancient Apparition, the blast.
Radiant's middle tower
Major Tom
has
walks
fallen.
right into that and some spin damage and then turns right back away. So there's a wasted ultimate for him, unfortunately. Waihu's got his mech up and he's got 1,700 gold, so could be able to start working on whatever he wants to go. Aghanim Scepter is a great choice for the Viper, I believe, but instead he picks up Ring of Basilius. Gonna go for that. Gonna go for the Ring of Aquila. Not a terrible choice. Just I don't know that he really needs it.
Dyer's
Jay in
middle
position for a
tower
hook
is
shot.
under
He
siege.
pings it out. He wants to go, but the entire team clean is here. Ice Blast goes in, connects with 3. Oh no, it connects with 2 because actually one of them got knocked out by the cogs. But Jay's immediately glimpsed back. There's all kinds of spells being flung around here, but not a whole lot of damage actually being done. Now Jay's stuck in the middle of something, and he's going to get stunned up and killed. Shanana's in a lot of trouble as well. He falls as well, and blinks ahead to the Sasquatch. Trectus is in trouble. Major Tom does pick up the kill there with the ultimate. They might lose a top tower here, but they're going to trade a much more valuable mid tower for it. Although they did lose their mid
Radiant's
tower
top
earlier. And
tower
actually
is being
Sasquatch is going to
attacked.
TP up towards top
Dyer's
to try to
middle
deal with this. And he
tower
blinks
is
up,
under
hits
siege.
one attack on Chikobo, does a critical strike, another critical strike. He dodges the stomp, and now he runs into the stomp.
Dyer's middle
He's got
tower
2
is
seconds
being
until his
attacked.
blink there. He's going to be able to blink ahead and stun here. Oop, and there he goes. Blink stun, and he's dead. So well played there by Sasquatch as
Dyer's
the
middle
rest of his
tower
team
has
is able to
fallen.
pick up the tower, and Elihu just goes ahead and mechs up everybody while they're there. So at first, kind of a chaotic team fight in which none of the abilities were really seeming to connect. Redondo threw out his ultimate on like nobody, I think. Jay got glimpsed back out of his cogs after a really good initiation that caught 2. Unfortunately, instead of picking that 3rd hero to stay in the cogs, the great masters of Dodo decided that one of those heroes was going to get bumped out and got bumped away from that ice blast. So a little bit unfortunate with that, but I don't know how much really would have changed the outcome of that fight. They're going to look to trade, or to grab rather, another tower here as the Dire
Dyer's
kind of
top
rotate
tower
4
is
teams
under
up.
siege. Dire has fortified its structures. Dyer's top tower is being attacked.
So the chat is actually saying that Rage actually can cancel out that glimpse as well. So good to know.
Dyer's
Apparently,
top
I
tower is un- Dyer's
did not
top
realize
tower
that
has
you were able to
fallen.
cast while you were in that. So an interesting tidbit of knowledge that I will have to take with me into the future when I'm fighting a disruptor. SNY comes out on Trectus, so
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Looking for some move speed and attack speed here. Pings come out from Remorse to show where the team is at. Major Tom's got a Blink Dagger as well, so just initiation after initiation here. And yeah, the Aghanim Scepter is going to be the choice here for Elihu. A great decision, I think. Adds to the Viper's tankability, adds to his damage, adds to his mana pool. And actually, Sasquatch is going to blink up. Major Tom follows him with a blink of his own and a stun of his own. The Ice Blast is going to connect with 2. It's going to kill the Nyx Assassin right away, and Sasquatch is going to fall as well. But now, Remorse, or Redondo, rather, comes in with an ultimate of his own, which cleans up 2 heroes. Juggernaut's going to fall as well. Jay ults Sasquatch point blank, force staffs himself away. And Sasquatch is taking damage, so not going to be able to blink up ahead. So a 1-for-3 trade there in favor of Team Clean, and Team Clean really taking control of this game. Look at that XP graph. It started much like it did in the last game. Started in the favor of Juggernauts, but quickly swayed up towards Team Clean. Difference of gold. Of experience tell the same story. And actually, Blade Mail picked up by Sasquatch, so not even choosing to really go pure damage on the Wraith King, instead kind of going for tankability and initiation, which, I mean, in the aggressive nature of this game, has worked out really, really well for them. I mean, he's just been able to blink ahead, get stuns, do a lot of damage, cause chaos. And now that Elihu has Aghanim Scepter, he can basically cast 2 ultimates for the same cost in the same amount of time that he could prior to that. I know that in prior casts I have really praised that Aghanim's upgrade. And actually, we were talking about Aghanim's upgrades early on. You know, more useful carry solo hero upgrade Aghanim's upgrades like that are, I think, what Valve kind of needs to focus on when they're focusing on that Aghanim Scepter, not necessarily those intelligence supports that are probably not going to get that much gold. Momentary lull in the action here. And the really bothersome thing about this game right now has got to be not just that there are 2 Radiant heroes on the top of the CS chart, but the fact that their 2 supports are above the 2 supports for the Dire as well. I mean, just having an entire team that basically has more farm than you is not a good sign. And actually, the Silencer wasn't even a support. The Silencer was a core hero in that mid lane, and he just got absolutely demolished by Elihu. So very well done by that Viper. Like I said, though, the Viper is such... I don't want to say he's an easy hero, because this is Dota, and this is organized tournament games. Nothing is easy in this game. But the Viper is such a hard matchup for any hero to really go one-on-one against. Really, the Razor is one hero that can do it. Maybe. I don't even know. I just don't know. He's just so hard. And actually, great initiation there from Jay. He hook shots in onto the Venomancer. Venomancer tried to oh, now great ultimate up by Redondo. He's going to pick off 2 heroes there because of that. Chicobo's in some trouble as well. He's trying to stomp and kill Major Tom, and he's going to pick off Major Tom. No, Ancient Apparition does. Remorse, but Remorse is in a lot of trouble as well. Trectus runs up with the... Oh, but he gets glimpsed right next to him. Elihu's frozen. He throws the ultimate on Trectus, and he's going to pick up that kill as well before dying to the tower. So a triple kill for Elihu. A team wipe for Team Clean, but Redondo, the only person left. A great initiation there by the Clockwork to jump in on the Venomancer, who immediately force-staffed his way out. But then Clockwork followed with a force-staff of his own and was able to pick up that kill. But things just went downhill from there. Redondo was able to catch 2 in there with the kinetic field and his ultimate. Those 2 died almost immediately. And then Elihu able to pick off the next 2 with his abilities. So great work there from the Radiant to turn that fight around. Farkinator, poor Farkinator. They see him all by himself, and they're just like, oh, fresh meat. Oh, the force staff up, and Jay tries to hook shot out of it, but just lands on a creep. He's going to get galed now, and Farkinator's going to be able to walk away. Unfortunate there that the creep was there. He just kind of, it looked like he queued that up because if he would have looked at it a little bit more closely, it would have been kind of obvious that the angle just wasn't there. But a very good effort by him to try to get that kill. And smoke comes up here now for Juggernauts. They're tired of being the ones being initiated on. They want to be the initiators, except they've kind of split up here. Oh, they want to go for Roshan. And so Remorse throws up a ward, and now he's going to act like a ward on this ramp as well. If they run into him, he's dead. There's nothing they can do, but instead he's going to kind of now back off to the safety of the Roshan pit. Jay is up here as well. He's ready to hook shot in, and the ward actually reveals him. Must have been the proximity of the heroes coupled with that ward. So they're going to see that he's up there. Now the other ward is going to spy out this Roshan attempt. And Roshan is very, very low.
And it's off.
They're going to be able to finish him off here. There's 1,000 health left on Roshan. Chikobo's going to die for sure. Ancient Apparition Blast catches on Sasquatch. Jay hooks in, just wonderfully done there, trying to give his team some more time. But they don't. Actually, the Radiant was able to pick up the kill on Roshan. Trek 2 snatches the Aegis from underneath them, and now he's going to ultimate onto them. Jay's bought back. He's going to come into the fight, but the Wraith Blast is going to kill. No, Viper actually kills
You're really losing
Trek
now.
2. So things looking really good now for Clean.
Dyer's top tower is under
Very
attack.
fortunate, or very well played to get that
Radiant's bottom tower is
that
under
Roshan kill,
siege.
even though they didn't get the Aegis itself. That experience is a good boon
Dyer's
for them to
middle
have,
tower is being
especially since
attacked.
they're already ahead. And actually, Ancient Icy Blast gonna come in and connect with Elihu and Major Tom. Major Tom
Radiant's
throws up
bottom
the
tower has been denied.
spike carapace,
Dyer's
but
middle
not
tower
a
is
ton
being
going on
attacked.
from that. Chikobo is smoked up apparently. Runs in there to try to keep those creeps from killing the tower.
Dyer's
And here
middle
comes the
tower
Mjolnir
is
from
under
the Wraith
attack.
King. So electing to
don't
go
even
a little
care.
bit more initiation and tank ability slash team fight. Well, not, I don't know how you would describe that. That was weird. I lagged out there for a little second. But electing to go Blade Mail and tank up a little bit. And now he's going in for some damage. And actually Elihu's going for a Manta style, it appears, and there's a triple stack up here. So Redondo doing some good work on stacking up those creeps. Pings come out to notify that that camp has been warded. I believe that affects that camp. It's in proximity. I just don't know if it does or not. Arcanator throws up a ward. Janana kind of retreating into this jungle. I mean, he's catapulted his way up from where he was, and the Centaur's kind of taking his place, but he's been so low for a very long time. Poor Farkinator for the Radiant. He's kind of sitting in the middle of all these dire heroes in terms of net worth, but still, they're in a very good position to win this.
Boom, there it goes.
Dyer's middle tower is
We
under
look at the
siege.
score here. Elihu is having himself a game, 11-1-5. Actually, he's having himself just a series in general. He has played very, very well in
Dyer's
these two
middle tower
games.
has been destroyed.
Very, very well. Even early. I mean, yesterday we elected Tango Wango, or rather, I elected because I'm a caster and I get to do those things. But I elected Tango Wango kind of like the MVP of the match, even though he was on the losing side. But this time, it appears that at least the currently winning team is in line for the MVP award, as Elihu has just played lights out both of these games. Now Juggernaut's actually going to head towards this Radiant jungle, hoping to catch somebody out, but they are spotted by the ward there. And so pings come out, and so they decide to turn their attention on this
Radiant's
two-stack
top
instead.
tower is under siege.
Vladimir's offering up on the Juggernauts. Kind of an interesting item choice for him. Not really going into like the damage that would be provided by a Battle Fury or a Desolator or an Aghanim Scepter, but instead electing to go kind of a little bit more quickness and lifesteal. I don't know. I mean, Trek 2 has played Juggernaut a whole heck of a lot more than I have, but just kind of interesting item selection for him, being as his team composition does not lend itself to having a lot of backup damage. I mean, the way that they have kind of selected this team is he is basically their core hero. Maybe they were counting on more damage coming out from Shanana, but I don't think so, as he's building the mech, so I don't I don't really know where they're expecting this damage to come out from, but they don't really have a ton of it. Full Mjolnir up on the Wraith King now, so he's in very good position to do some things. And the Mantis, oh yep, there's the Manta. 4 staff up. Smoke on 4 heroes now for Team Clean as Sasquatch is kind of baiting things out. I'm all alone, he's saying. And they're going to wrap around for him is Team Juggernauts, but they're going to run right into the smoked heroes here. Trectus not stunned up because he is in his spin, but Chikobo is going to get stunned. Poor Farkinator falls. Redondo falls as well here as he catches a bunch into the ultimate and the kinetic field. Sasquatch is trying to run up on Shanana here. Pinks come from Elihu from behind. And now he's going to kill Chikobo. What's Sasquatch going to do? He's going to turn around here. All kinds of pinks coming up on Trectus. They don't know where he's at. He blinks the wrong way, and he's able to TP out. So great decision there from Trectus to just teleport away. Sasquatch was not certain which way he went, so he blinks the wrong direction. Elihu and Sasquatch, they're not afraid. I mean, they're so built at this point that nope, they're gonna back off. I felt that maybe they would try to press their luck there, but instead Sasquatch is gonna head bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So again, I mean, that's what I was saying at the beginning there, is that if Team Juggernauts had the ability to really get good initiations from that clockwork, that they were going to be able to do good things. And I feel that even though Team Clean was smoked up there, they were kind of thrown into chaos a little bit when Clockwork did ult his way into there and caught some guys in cogs and split the team up in half. I mean, Sasquatch was at the complete opposite end of the fight, and then there were a couple caught in cogs. Redondo was able to kind of like limp himself away throughout his ultimate, but he was caught at the end there by the Juggernaut ult, and really well done to kind of split up the forces there by Juggernauts. Hopefully I haven't been muted for too long there. Just noticed that was there, but I think I just leaned on it. Anyway, hopefully I haven't been talking to myself for very long. Shanana's got the mech coming, so that's good. Aghanim Scepter is coming up on Juggernaut as well. He's about 600 gold away from it. Pinks come out from bottom because they see that there are 5 heroes here for Team Clean, and they're gonna be looking for this tower here. It's the last outer tower remaining.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Do it with flair.
Sasquatch actually blinks up, stuns Jay, but Jay's able to force staff himself away far enough. Trectus catches an ult here from the Viper. Cog's gonna knock Sasquatch back. Icy Blast gonna connect with 3. Farkinator in some trouble as well. Shanana force-staffs himself over the cliff. Major Tom blinks out after him. So a lot of chaos and a lot of abilities there, and Jay actually got really close, but nobody dies. This tower is going to fall, though. So I'll call it a victory for Team Clean, although it was not clean at all. It was very sloppy. But still, a win's a win. And Redondo's going to teleport up here towards this top lane. Try and save this tower, and he will save that tier 1. Meanwhile, Elihu's going to teleport towards mid and try and farm this up a little bit. He's got 1,700 gold on him, so interesting to see what he's going to decide to go next. Butterfly would be an option, I would think. Anything to add to his damage. Maybe a Daedalus, MKB. I mean, any of those things would really work. I don't really know that you need the MKB because you don't really need the True Strike. I mean, True Strike's always nice, but you don't really need it. I think the evasion might be nice for the Butterfly and the attack damage. So I think that would be probably where I would lean, but hey, you never know. Kind of both teams feeling content to sit back and farm a little bit. So I definitely feel that benefits probably the Radiant a little bit more. Team Clean, like I said, Juggernauts just does not have the damage right now. Shanana's going more support than anything, and none of the other heroes are really heroes that can provide a lot of right-click damage, or really even a lot of burst damage. I mean, as far as burst goes, you know, Shinana can maybe apply a little bit with glaives, but double edge is really the only thing that you're going to have in the ice blast if you can connect that ice blast. So a lot of what ifs. Go ahead and take a look at this graph. Approaching 15,000 experience lead for Team Clean, and 15,000 gold lead as well. So things fairly well in hand here. Salt Cuirass being built up by the Wraith King now. Do you have any other? No, he just picks up the recipe and the regular chainmail there. Pigs come out for the Roshan. Rocket comes to spy it out as a ward gets there to spy it out as well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And he's pinged up. Jay's waiting for somebody to go in there. I dare you. But they're going to. They're gonna go on. They're gonna complete this dare. Sasquatch pings for some sight up top to prevent that. Oh, an icy blast coming in, and he's got the 17-second. Or is it 17 seconds? How level is he? He's only level 11, so it's not gonna be 17 seconds, but still a very good deterrent there as an upgraded level 2 ultimate comes in. They're split up here. There's 2 top, there's 3 bottom. Tractus is going to walk in here. He's going to catch an ult from Elihu, who then turns around. Sasquatch goes back into the pit here. Now Juggernaut's lift up into the fray. Sasquatch is going down, but no. Now Sasquatch goes down, but Farkinator is the first of all again. Centaur falls as well, and now Sasquatch is looking for blood. Tractus is up. The ward falls down. Major Tom is here. He's got a stun, but no, he gets cogged down into the pit there. Oh, but Elihu right on top of Redondo where he's able to glimpse back Jay, and then the Tractus is actually picked up by the Wraith King blinking ahead there as well. Kept the camera down where I knew there was going to be a kill instead of following with that, but they're going to pick up an Aegis here, so 3 for 1 heroes. They're going to pick up an Aegis. The one thing is that their lanes are not pushed out enough to really do much after this. I mean, this Roshan is going to be their victory. They're not going to be able to go uphill or anything, I don't think, because the lanes are just too far pushed out. And yeah, Elihu's going to head towards the top lane here to do some pushing, while Major Tom heads back towards the fountain. And actually, Aghanim's Scepter picked up here from Redondo, so not going to be able to use items in his ultimate as well. So no more Force Staff escapes if you are stuck into that thing. So good for him. And AC all the way up now on the Wraith King. Where does he go from here? I mean, he's got the lightning damage. He's got attack speed. I think that Abyssal Blade is probably a good next step. Maybe a heart if he's really concerned about dying. I don't think he should be concerned about dying. Oh, but apparently I have a connection problem, and I don't know if this is just me or is this the whole game. This is a little worrisome here. Oh, and here we go. Yep, yeah, there's a... Yep, okay. It wasn't just me. It was the entire server. So everybody was lagging out there with the DC thing going on. Good to know it's not just me. Pinks come out here on Shinana. They can see him up in the forest. Ice Blast heads towards the top lane. There are a couple Radiant heroes gathered up here towards the middle. Actually, looks Venomancer is going to go for Aghanims as well. So a very popular Aghanims game. Let's talk about Aghanims upgrades. Apparently these supports are just kind of saving for it. I don't know that upgraded Gale is necessarily the best item for Veno right now, but you know, whatever. These guys are sitting pretty, so won't question their decisions too much right now. Juggernaut's actually catching some pretty decent farm. The main problem is that he's their only source of damage, and he is 4,000 gold behind the Viper and almost 5,000 gold behind the Wraith King. So they have 2 heroes more than him, and then the rest of his team is just so poor. Absolutely just 100% poor. Ultimate Orb up on Major Tom. Imagining Sheepstick. I don't know what else it would really be. would be kind of silly for it to be anything else. I can't really imagine a Scotty Nyx assassin or a Manta Nyx assassin. It's gotta be a sheepstick. Much more sensible item, I think, on a support. I would much rather see a couple of those come out than these Aghanim Scepters, but you know, it is what it is. Ice Blast going to connect with Elihu, but he's got Aegis. It doesn't really matter. It might scare him away from this lane here. Aegis is going to be reclaimed in almost 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I think that because of that, Team Clean is going to look to do something here. And actually, Ancient Apparition Remorse is disconnected from the game, so a little bit of a pause here as our esteemed RD2L leader has fallen, which will actually give me a chance to... Oh, and actually now there's a connection problem for everybody, so an interesting second game here has some Volvo problems. Oh, and there goes everybody. And as everybody goes down, Remorse jumps back in. Farginator, Valve, please. Valve, please, right. If game fails, we auto win. So Drag 2 with a little bit of humor there, as they have Remorse. And people are slowly connecting back into the game here. Oh, and everybody's connected back in here. All right, so a little bit of friendly banter here. Meantime, let's take a peek at these graphs. Yeah, 20,000 experience, 15,000 gold. Team Clean's basically got this in the bag. One more good team fight's gonna do it. Really, I mean that's kind of where we're at right now. One good team fight, you can get a good wipe, maybe a barracks. That's game. Man, nasty lag. We have just gotten a terrible server. I don't even the chat is lagging. This is crazy. I have never seen anything like this. Can you look like this? If not, we should play. So the team's taking the advantage of interesting stuff here. I wonder what I'm sitting at. A little bit of packet loss, so which is a little uncommon, but terrible. I don't know what the servers are down for. It's too early for the spring patch, I would imagine. Usually they do those on Thursdays, not on Saturday nights, so maybe just a little bit of server trouble. Just kind of content to wait this out. Oh, excuse me. So after that little technical issue and quick coughing fix, we are back underway here, and Team Clean is heading towards that mid lane. A sentry ward does come out to spot out the next assassin, but Elihu's just gonna be content to sit at the bottom here. Oh nope! Now he's gonna wander to the top, take a little damage. Really, he's got the Aegis. And it's going to expire here pretty soon. Oh, and actually, wonderful blink-ins there from Sasquatch and from Major Tom as they blink in there and kill the silencer. And Jay falls as well to Elihu. Elihu is unstoppable. And this is the team fight that I was talking about. Juggernaut's got a basher, but it's too late for anything for him to do much of anything here. And blink up here from Sasquatch. He goes in on Trek 2, throws out the stun, taking up some damage here. The ult comes out. Sasquatch is sitting in the Disruptor ultimate with Jay. Sasquatch might die once. Yeah, he's going to die once. Major Tom's going to go down as well. Oh, Sasquatch is actually disconnected. I don't even think they've noticed this. As 3 heroes for Team Juggernauts actually fall in that.
Dire's middle barracks is under attack.
Wraith King is not online. They're just kind of microing him around now. Somebody else is controlling Sasquatch's hero. They're just going to content to just try to GG this right here. Just end it. Oh, but now a second hero from the Radiant is disconnected. And so here we go with the pause. Honestly, I think that Juggernauts could just call GG here. This is basically over. Yeah. I mean, their damage dealer, their initiator, disconnected in the middle of that fight, and they still won the fight. So, just one of those things where I think that the writing is on the wall, guys. I'm sorry, it's been a valiant effort, but it's over. Yeah, they're just going to talk about it. Thought maybe they'd unpause and just GG, but nope. Disruptor OP hero. Maybe to an extent, yes, I would agree with. He is very, very strong. Very strong. Take the opportunity here to look at our KDAs and still look at that Elihu 15-1-8. Juggernaut's doing some death dealing of his own, 10-8-8, mostly picking on poor Farkinator, who seems like he dies in every single team fight, but also dying in every team fight are the Centaur and the Silencer as well. 8-5-15 on that Disruptor. Very, very well played by Redondo. Very well done. Alright, well, as we wait for this to get sorted out, I'm actually going to switch over to the Splash and maybe pull up some tunes, because I have a feeling this could be a little bit, if we do get something, I'll switch right back out of it, because honestly I think we've talked about everything, and I think it's all over but the crying, but we'll be right back as soon as this game gets started again. Oh, wait, maybe? Here they come. All right, so never mind. Don't need to pause. We'll throw up the splash page, but they both connect. They're ready to go. Be really funny if they just unpaused and then GG'd. Honestly, I think they should. All the server problems. Cheekbo actually blinks up on Sasquatch, looking for blood. But Elihu's up on him.
Siege.
Elihu's doing a lot of damage to himself, but he throws up an ult on Shinana now. Sasquatch blinks ahead. He's gonna kill up Shinana. Meanwhile, Cheekbo's gonna get cleaned up by Redondo. And yeah, this is GG. 4 heroes down versus 2 down, and all the damage is still up by the Radiant. So we waited a couple minutes. Here comes an Ice Blast. It's gonna connect with 2. Jay comes in on Sasquatch, but he bumps him out. Actually gets deselected over the creeps. The creep selected before Sasquatch is. Actually gets thrown out. Unfortunate. I don't know that it would have really done a whole lot more. Oh, Remorse is going to get ulted and then initiated on by Sasquatch. Here comes Trectus now. He's going to ult up on Elihu, who's just going to tank it like a champ. Look at that go. No, it takes basically no damage from that. Trectus is going to get thrown back into Redondo's ultimate, and Sasquatch going to clean him up. So that is the GG there, as Team Clean comes away with a 2-0 victory. So they will get win points into that column in Week 1 as they are able to take out Juggernauts in 2 fairly convincing games. Really, I think the secret to both games was the fact that Team Clean seemed to be much more aggressive overall in searching out kills. Yeah, Team Juggernauts was able to kind of to get a couple first bloods and do some early rotations, but overall Team Clean much more aggressive and become the victors as a result of that. So that will about do it here for our show tonight. My name is Legion170. You've been watching All About Dota, and this has been an RD2L Season 4 matchup as a part of EST Saturdays. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please give the channel a follow. We would love to have you each and every time that we come on to broadcast. It is twitch.tv/allaboutdota if you're watching in Dota TV, because I do know that people do like to do that as well. But please do give us a follow. And I am Legion 170. Thanks for watching, guys. Have yourselves a great evening.